If ever I had a video. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am leading sadhana, and currently I am the only one in the building. So, sadhana, waheguru. So as sadhana comes to completion, and I am the only one who showed up this morning, and that is perfectly fine, the japji party that I opened up to, which, if you know, I've done hukams, and we do hukams during sadhana, is the 8th party of the japji, and it is titled The Mantra for Wisdom. According to Yogi Bhajan, the 8th party of japji, recited 11 times a day, gives one the power to be a perfect sage. And here's the translation. It has the transliteration and the translation. And as I read it to you, listening, saints, heroes, masters, listening, the earth, the powers, the ethers, listening, high and low, realms, oceans of light, listening beyond time. O Nanak, God's lovers bloom and forever. Listening destroys all pain and error. Sometimes it's best to just listen without the need to react, or respond, or fix, or solve. The reality is, if you can listen deeply with the intent to hear, you'll hear more than the words that are spoken. You'll hear the heartbeat of the other. And that's the true connection that we all seek, is that heartfelt connection to one another, soul to soul, deeply. Listen deeply today. So, I just got my oil changed in the car. It's another Bathroom Chronicles, this time in not a gas station. Instead of a gas station, this is the Tires Plus, where I've had the oil changed, and you can kind of hear some background noise. And right after sadhana, I figured I'd just pop in here. Usually early morning is when you can get in, and I was fortunate enough to get in, and now I'm getting out. Do y'all sit around in the waiting room and like get drawn into whatever's on that TV while you're sitting there? I've been sitting at a table that's not facing the TV because it's so distracting, and I'm trying to tune it out because it's all politics. And all that stuff is, having been in the military for over 10 years, it's a distraction from your life. It causes stress. It causes divide, separation, us versus them. People think they need to pick sides. I want to know, do you feel like you need to pick sides? I don't. I've learned that it's not this versus that. You can stay neutral and you can find your own balance. You don't need to allow that crazy to take you out of your peace. So drop that remote, get up and get out in nature. Move that body. I'm gonna go try to get a walk in for Buddy later tonight, as well as next stop is a car wash. Bye-bye. Well, I'm here in my car and I am at the VA center. I have an appointment at 5 o'clock, but I had to get over here earlier because pretty much the other offices are all closed at about 4:30. And I didn't get a chance to submit some paperwork the last time I was here. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to come back anyway. Go figure. So it's already been a very long day. I'm so tired. I just ate up salad as I drove here. You probably would have laughed your butts off if you saw me just and driving. Like, you know, every time I'd stop at a stop sign or stoplight, I'd be like, and earlier my dad had stopped by. I hadn't seen him obviously in a couple weeks since I'd been gone. And, you know, the whole passing of my mom, it affected him as well. And I know it brings up mortality issues when people really kind of witness what happens with someone else. The questions of, do I have the proper information ready for those in my life to take care of, or are they going to be struggling to find it? Documentation, executors, appointed members of the family to take over certain aspects and handle different parts of the, you know, the will, the estate, whatever it is you have. It's a lot to really like regurgitate, to digest, deal with. You know, it's the simple little things, just, you know, a living will, sitting down and going over the paperwork and deciding, what would I want if I were in this situation? If I were in the possible state that could come out a vegetable. I can tell you right now, my sisters and I talked about this. We knew my mother and my stepdad very, very well, in the sense that my stepdad was very strong as it was. He held on for my mom. He did that for her because he loved her so much. But our mother, God love her, and same with my dad. He's even admitted, if I come into the hospital and I'm in a vegetative state, he's like, please don't put me through that. I wouldn't want to put that through, you know, you through that as well. And I know my mom was the same way. She was like, even the fact that my stepdad had a colostomy bag when he had the colon cancer and everything, she said, you know, I couldn't do it. I'd rather die. And so we all have these breaking points, these non-negotiables, right? It's a boundary. It says, you know, I know I'm a strong person, but I can tell you that's my limitation, and that's what I did not come and sign up for in this life. And I can't say one way or the other. I wouldn't want to burden anyone personally, but I also know my mind and my will. I know that if I were just a living shell and not able to communicate, articulate, create, be engaged and active, for me, that would be a living hell. And so I honestly, myself, knowing my mom being that same way, because I came from, you know, the apple falls from the tree and I'm not very far. Yeah, I wouldn't want that either. And so the only people who hold on are those who don't want us to go. But we also have to take into consideration people's individual wishes, desires, and what would be best for them. And those are the times that, like we had to deal with my mom, it takes a lot of soul searching and really going within your heart and thinking of their best wishes, needs, and their desires, and not what it is we are holding on to and fear the loss. Because believe it or not, I do. I'm still going through. I'm not going to say I'm going to stop going through these waves. I have no idea. I had a moment in my practice this morning when I was leading sadhana. It was just me. And I could feel my mom present. And it was really just absolutely beautiful. I can't explain it, but I might have been the only one there physically, but she was with me. And, I'm much happier that she's at rest, at peace in her body. She held on for as long as she could. And that's all we can do, is do the best we can in the time we have, and to really honor the life we're living and really step into our personal power. It's taking me a lot to kind of just get back into my daily routine. I'm clearly not in it yet. I'm getting nauseous throughout the day. My stomach isn't really happy with everything I'm eating. Earlier, I was trying to eat something before I came out, and then I went out with my dad for a little bit, and before I came back and got the salad ready, and I honestly was feeling like, oh my gosh, I feel like I could vomit, you know. And so my physical body's going through some things. I'm going through some things, and yeah, it's an adjustment. It truly is, and I'm just trying to honor it and go with it. But I am extremely grateful that I have gotten a lot done today. The car maintenance was huge. Getting the car washed, y'all, this is just sparkling, bling, 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 woohoo. It's the little things that can just uplift you and make you feel a lot more comfortable in your space. The next battle will be, like, seriously need to clean the house and dust, because it's that time of year when it's really dusty outside, and you know the rainy season's coming, so then it becomes wet dust, moist dust. But at least Buddy has a new bed, and I'm really, really happy about that. And yeah.
Check out this Buddy. He loves his bed, huh, baby? Aren't you King Buddy? Yeah, ain't you sweetie poof? We love this puppy butt.
It's that time to go to bed, and I'm just gonna say goodnight, sweet dreams, and tune in for episode 49.